Welcome and thank you for joining us at Westminster Parish Online Ministry. Today we spend time with Reverend Rowan Rogers. Thank you for joining us on the second of our podcasts. We meet with Rowan Rogers, as we said in the first one, minister at Newtonbark Methodist Church in South Africa, friend, minister, musician, theologian, songwriter, and we've been sharing about some of our own songs. If you've missed the first podcast, go back and listen to that. And today, though, we're looking at the second song, and it's the song Prayer for Me. And this has been one of my favorites. And Rowan, and it's been one of my favorites not because I enjoy it so much. It's one of my favorites because it troubles me so much. It disturbs me. It makes me stop and think. And that's part of the gift of your theology. You don't work on the superficial. You sit seriously and maturely with stuff that happens, and that's the gift that I've benefited from as a friend. And so, thank you for that. But the song "A Prayer for Me," I know it comes off the back of a story, and a very personal story. And so, again, help us understand why you wrote it. What inspired you? How did it intersect with your life at the time? And, your music goes beyond you. What is your hope for the listener, the one who hears these words? And if you can, just over to you. And just thank you again, Rowan.
Yeah, thanks again to be back. Lovely to be back. Well, the song "Pray for Me" found its genesis, I think, it was in 1994, and some of those listening will perhaps know that South Africa 1994 was a key year for us. It was the year of our new democracy, and I think in the euphoria of that context, that's an important background for the song, because I attended a church meeting in one of South Africa's townships called Kwatema, outside of the town of Springs. And the meeting finished quite late at night, at about 9 o'clock. It was the middle of winter. Many homes have fires within them to keep warm. And there was this thick smog, and you could smell, there was an arid smell of smoke within the air, and I was driving home. And outside of the township, between the town and the township, there was a man standing under a streetlight with his finger out looking for a ride into town. And in the euphoria of the day, I thought, man, I would love to stop and pick you up and give you a ride into town. But then in an instant, I thought, I dare not, because you might have some buddies hiding in the bushes. And if I stop, I have grave doubts as to whether I will be safe. Yeah. So my heart longed to be helpful to him. I really did want to help him, but I wasn't brave enough. And so I drove into town and I left him there. And then not too many days later, someone came and knocked at my door. And as best I remember, I think they needed shelter, a young family, about 3 people. And I just go, I can't let you into my house. I stayed in the church manse, and I have a 4-bedroom house. And I go, but I can't let you into one of my rooms here because you might ransack the place. And so I gave them a peanut butter sandwich and sent them away. And I was deeply troubled by this, if I could call it, this hypocrisy, this conflict of being able to say, I believe, but I'm actually not very useful to you. And my dad used to sing a song when I was a child. He used to sing a song that comes from America that goes, it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's not my brother or my sister.
Well-known one,
Yeah, it's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. And so, so the song started there. And if I can quickly say to you, Brian, I know our time is short, but if I can quickly say, I didn't do anything else with the song. It stood there. And then 10 years later, when I came to to record a CD of my own music, I took that to the producer who was helping me record the song. And he heard the original song, and he said he really didn't like it. And he sent me home, and he said, and he said, you need to rewrite. He said, there's something here, but you're going to rewrite the song. So I went home and I reworked the song over the night. And the next morning, I was reworking the song. And I jumped in my car And I turned the radio off because I tried to remember how the song goes while I was driving to the studio. It was a half-an-hour drive. And I drove to the studio, and when I walked in, I said to him, Andrew, don't say anything to me. I've got the song in my head and I've got to record it. And he said, well, just go to the piano. I'll turn on the record button, as it were. And I recorded it. And when I finished, he said to me, we're not going to even try and do that any better. And I said, well, there's mistakes in it, and I'm not sure I've got it right. I might want to do it better. He said, we're not going to do it any differently. And so what you hear on that CD was the very first take. I still wasn't even sure I knew how the song should go, but it's been a song that I've been grateful for.
And Rowan, so the best thing we can do now is to listen to the song that I have found so meaningful for so many years. Hope you enjoy it.
Fallen by the way, you never passed me by. Though I was far away, always your eye. What else can I do, Lord, to honor you? To love the broken-hearted as you do. And forgive my many words and my empty hands, and make me more like you, 'cause that's all I ever want to be. This is my prayer for broken-hearted. This is my prayer for those in need. This is my prayer for those in trouble. And it's a prayer for me. Imprisoned in my sin, you always visit me. I hunger and I thirst, my manna be, to bind up those in trouble, to make the captives free. Receive this act of worship, Lord, from me. And forgive my many words and my empty hands, and make me more like you, 'cause that's all I ever want to be. This is my prayer for broken-hearted. This is my prayer for those in need. This is my prayer for those in trouble. And it's a prayer for me. More content with selfishness, or hiding hearts from pain. We lay our lives at your command, like a seed cast in the sand. Our lives entirely in your hand, that we might rise This is a prayer for broken hearted. This is a prayer for those in need. This is a prayer for those in trouble. And it's a prayer for me. This is a prayer for broken hearted. This is a prayer for those in need. This is a prayer for those in trouble. It's a prayer for me. It's a prayer for me. Our lives are in your hands, like seeds cast in the sand. We live at your command.